Hey, what's up, everybody? I'll be right back.
Something went wrong. Try again in a few seconds.
Okay. Uh-oh. What happened to my... Oh, there we go. Hey, Larry. Hey, Jim. Hey, Mike. Hey, Snuggy. Yeah, I had to get my coffee. And of course, I went to the market before at like 5:30. I had set this stream for 7. And when I went to the market earlier, the one thing I could not forget was my coffee. Well, 6:30 rolls around and I'm sitting there and I want to make a cup of coffee and I got one K cup left. And I was like, son of a, I forgot the coffee. So I ran back at 6:30, 6:35. I ran back out in the pouring rain. I drove back to Publix and I got me some coffee. So, and I got here on time. So, things we do for our coffee. I got the rotisserie chicken. I got some other things, and yeah, and no coffee though. I didn't get the coffee. It's like, come on. Because come tomorrow morning, if I didn't have any coffee, I wasn't going to be happy. I was going to be cranky. I'd need a post-it note for everything. Anyway, yeah, I don't even want to hear about it. Don't be complaining that I use K cups. Yes, I use K cups. So I don't want to hear if they're bad for the environment or whatever. I'm still going to use them. So, if that's what you're getting at. Oh, okay. I just lost connection. Can you guys hear me now? I don't know what's going on. It's very rainy and stormy here all day. Hopefully my internet doesn't go down. Wow, 21 people. You guys must be bored tonight. Well, I know Scott's coming on at 8, so I want to get this done before Scott comes on. Why does my camera look blurry? Is that any better? Is the lens dirty? Hold on, I'm gonna make the thing get, see if I can clean the lens. I don't know, that looks blurry for some reason. Maybe it needs more better light. Is that any better? All right, so Did I miss anybody? Hey, William. Hey, Carl. Hopefully I got everybody. Um, yeah, so I was bored again. I started looking through my parts, and I had this Viper V1 chassis. It already had this aluminum black independent front end on it. It's a chassis. It's a firm chassis. It broke. The the body, this one body post broke, and I had glued it on, and it's fine. It's pretty strong. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But this was sitting in my parts bin. I had this armature I was looking at. This is an NSX Turbo 2.5 ohm. This is like a $35 armature just sitting in the drawer. I had bought this thinking I was going to use it. I had this in one of my modified class, my first modified class car, until it was pointed out to me that this is neither a stock or hot stock armature. I was not allowed to use this in modified class, so hence it was sitting in my parts bin. But it's a good armature, super fast. I had this pair of level 10 high downforce Viper magnets and several pairs of I have some Neo and these are level 25 Cobalt magnets. I got to thinking, why don't I build like a really fast car just for the fun of it? I think this will do it. I think I have the parts here to I'm going to use this rear axle till I build. This is from one of my Neo cars. These are 275 hubs. I think these are super tires that are on here. But this space is out to like 444, 446, somewhere around there. Just to get the car a little higher because the magnets are so strong. And I'm going to put some ball bearings in this thing. Uh-oh, I think I lost one of the ball bearings. Oh, shoot. Where did it go? Oh, man. Oh, no, I already put it on. I'm so funny. I did this before. I put the rear ball bearing on. I spaced it. I'm not sure if this is perfect or not. It needed quite a bit of space before. I think I put 30 thousandths on the rear and a 10,000 spacer along with the Teflon spacer on the top. But what I need to do, I want to take the bushing out of here, this standard bushing, and put the ball bearing bushing in. I haven't done this in a while. I think what I need to do is go in from this side somehow, and let me see if I can figure this out. I gotta look at this under the light for a second, then I'll show you guys. Alright, so I have the spreader on this side to spread out the brushes, and should be able to push that bushing right on out. I use this black, I don't know where I got this plastic tool from, but it works out pretty well to go in and, hey, look at that. Mission accomplished. Bushing came right out. Now, I'm gonna turn this the other way. Open this thing up. So now we have no bushing in there. I'm going to take this ball bearing bushing. I don't really think it matters which way you put this in. It looks the same to me on both sides. I'm going to use my little tool to just kind of push that in. And that's it. Now we have ball bearing bushing end bell. That's like a $20-something end bell now. Let me just check the tension on. Yeah, I gotta fix this now. It's all messed up because I spread them out. I'm just redoing the tension on the brush arms. Sorry, I'm not showing it. I gotta see it under the light. Alright. That's pretty good. Hey, Fox and Wolves. Hey, Rick. Yeah, I don't normally use ball bearing because they're not legal in any of the classes that I race. But, when I'm building my own car, I could put them in. I'm not going to race this. I'll race it at my house, but not with my club. All right, so I'm just going to use some standard Viper hangers. I'm going to put the little bend in it that I like to do to help hold the... Again, I just grab it with a pair of needle nose pliers and bend it towards the front of the hanger. You don't need to go too far. Kind of like... I don't know if that's going to show up or not. Just a little bend on this top tab here. Could probably go a little bit more with this. Trying to do it so you guys can see it, but yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can kind of see it now. This bend this top piece towards the front of the hanger. I bend the part that the pickup shoe hooks into forward a little bit, just to help hold it. I believe Terry Flynn sells hangers already tweaked like that. And that's where I saw doing it from Terry, so I have to give credit where credit's due. I just ordered some of those tires, Donnie. I got them coming from Terry, actually, from HC Slots. I ordered them yesterday in a couple of different sizes. So I will, I'm going to put them on my modified class cars to see how they run. Hoping to get them before Saturday because we're racing modified class at this month's race at Bowling Green. Alright, so let's pop these hangers in here. Alright, hangers are in. These are firm Albino 350 front tires, I believe. We'll see how this car looks on the setup block once we put it all together. Alright, I have a feeling that the bushing is going to be different, the spacing. Not sure how the spacing is going to be with this ball bearing bushing compared to the stock brass bushing that was in there. Let's see how this looks spacing wise. Yeah, it's It's a lot closer to the, it actually needs more space now. Because the ball bearing doesn't have, there's a little lip on that bushing that faces the end of the armature. The ball bearing doesn't have that, so I need to put more spacing in there to make up for that. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put 2 Teflons and then the metal one. If I can pick this dang thing up. Bear with me a minute. Oh, you got some already, Donnie? How do they hold up as far as like chipping or tearing? I know the Onslaught tires I've been using are they're not the most durable. I like them, but they tear if you crash them too much. And when I run my modified cars, I am known to crash them. I don't want to crash them, but they're a little unwieldy, these cars. They when they come off, they come off. Alright, that's a little bit better, I think. Alright, that looks good. I like that spacing. Let's go ahead and see how this all looks put together. On the end with this ball bearing in the end bell, I had one Teflon 10,000 spacer and a 10,000 metal spacer, and that wasn't quite enough. I took the metal spacer off and added a second 5,000 Teflon spacer with the 10,000 Teflon, and then I put the 10,000, so about 25,000 with this ball bearing is what I needed to get it to where I wanted it. And I had to put about 30. So far I have a 20 and a 10 here, but I'll have to see how this looks when we put it together. And I don't know if it's gonna stay that way or not. So these Viper high downforce magnets, they kind of only go in one way. There's those little notches there. So these go towards the rails, these little notches. And you would think this white dot would be the white side. It would go up on top if you have the front of the armature to your left. But no, when I built this car with these magnets initially, the car went backwards. So this is actually, I don't know why that is. Why they have a white dot on the magnet that's not meant to be the white dot. But this is how this goes in, with the step down there to get that closer to the rails. This is going to go in like so. If I can do this. See if we can get everything to sit. So we got the hangers sitting on the brushes. I'm sorry. The tabs are sitting on the hangers. I got brushes on my mind, I guess. That I could tell this is going to be too tight already. I'm going to put it in just to see, but I'm going to be taking this apart. I knew that that 30 thousandths was going to be too much. Then I want to see actually how much. Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong. It's not even enough. There's a lot of space there. Wow. I could actually use more space at the top to push the. Yeah, I'm going to put more space. I think I'm going to put a 15 thousandths metal spacer on the top end so it pulls this, because I could tell if this is pushed forward, the brushes are too close to the hitting the, the end of the comm plates there. I want this to be pulled back like this more so the brushes, so the comm plates move back towards the back of the car. So to achieve that, I need to put more spacers in the front to push the whole armature back. Hey, Mayor. So I'm going to do that real quick. How are we doing on time? I want to make sure I'm done before Scott's show. Let's, I might need more space at the end here, but I'm going to see how it looks after I'm going to put a little bit more space. Get off there. Come on. All right, so I'm taking off that 10 thousandths. I'm going to put a 15 thousandths. Yeah, these ball bearings are throwing off my spacing. You don't use them very often. Alright, let's see how this looks with a little bit more space on top. Let's put our timing bracket back on, hopefully correctly. Alright. Hopefully I don't have to take this apart again. I have a feeling that this might be a trial and error here till I get the spacing right the way I want it. That's probably still a little bit more space than I would prefer. 5,000 would be almost too much, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. And like a 3,000 spacer in there might be close up that gap a little bit because I have a 20 and a 10. 5 might be good, but it'd be a little tight. I'm going to leave a little bit extra space for now. Rather have it be loose than too tight. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. And this is a RPM's hardened pinion gear. Probably need to glue that on though. I usually use a little bit of this Zap-A-Gap, but it's on there pretty good for the sake of it was new, so I don't think it's gonna spin off even with this high horsepower motor. All right, I'm gonna use a little bit stiffer spring. These are 009 BSRT silver plated springs. I'm using some new, oh actually, you know what, I can't use these. These are low profile and these tires are not that low, so I gotta get a different pickup shoe, like a standard height pickup shoe. But in case you're curious, these are new from Terry. These are those qualifier, I think he calls them. It's like a really high grade material. I got some of these in silver and copper. But they are a low profile. They're meant for 340 or smaller front tires. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with 350 on this car. Put a pair of standard silver plated Viper pickup shoes on this car. Alright, that's one. Pickup shoes are on. Yeah, this is a V1 firm chassis, level 10 motor magnets. I'm putting level 25 Cobalt traction magnets. These are pretty darn strong. These magnets. They're half height, so you need to use these shims with them. Let's see. These magnets can break, so you don't want to let them smack into other magnets if you could help it. These Cobalt magnets. I am gonna put this in high down force. Oh, look at all those metal shavings that are stuck to that. See that? See that shiny? Oh no, that's just the coating that came off the magnet, I guess. This one on this side, right? Yeah. So these do have, the one edge has a notch and the other doesn't, so they have to go in with the notch to the front of the car because there is a little notch in the front. All right. All right. There she is. Hopefully, car should spin. It does. I thought I saw Scott was on for Monday Mustang, or was that an old post? I thought I saw something for Scott tonight. Maybe that was old. I don't know. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, Josh. You can get these magnets from Viper or from HC Slots. I'm sure like Lucky Bob's has them. They're readily available from all of the usual suspects out there where you would get your slot car parts from. I'm gonna put this. Actually, you know what? Before I do this, actually, I'll put a little oil. Let me put some oil on these bushings. I mean, these are pretty strong. They're not Neo. They're very close to like a Neo 33 or 35, but just a little bit weaker. So it's not like they're, level 52 Neo or anything crazy, but they're still very strong. You really wouldn't want to run these on your home AFX track. It will definitely probably make your track sections come apart. I'm gonna leave it on neutral timing for right now. And I'm gonna put this rear axle in here. I'm gonna adjust that pinion gear a little bit. Who knows, maybe this car will end up on the giveaway block one of these days. I really don't have a need for it, but they're fun to drive every now and then just to kind of get a laugh at how fast they are. But they're not for everybody. All right. I guess we'll see what kind of... We'll throw it on the dyno real quick, see how it looks. I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. I just got a bunch of new armatures in. These are all advanced timed armatures. Mr. Rondo. All right. Yeah, it's hitting 5. I would have thought it'd be up a little bit higher up in the 5s, but it's this is a 23 tooth gear. I could go 22 tooth if I really wanted to, but yeah, I have to break in this end bell too. I'm gonna let it run for a couple of minutes on 5 volts. Let those brushes break in. Yeah, it'll get better. It's a new end bell. So was yeah, still neutral timed. I'll bump it up in a minute here after we let this run for, I don't know, give it like 5 minutes to see if we can get things kind of seated and broken in a little bit. Did we decide if Scott was going on tonight or not? Or was I seeing things? Yeah, I see it. Monday Night Mustang, episode 30, upcoming, 8 p.m. Is that 8 p.m. Eastern? I hope. It looks like he's holding some headers. Here, wait. Right? Monday night. Tonight is Monday, right? Tonight is Monday, right? Something has changed with Wizard Arms. The last couple I've gotten are dyed more reddish. Oh really? I haven't ordered any Wizard Arms in a while. I know the hood system arms usually are a redder color, and the end bell arms are usually more of that purple color. At least when I used to buy them. I like the Rondo arms. That's pretty much all I use in my club cars. Wow, those magnets are strong. I couldn't even get it off the screws there. Yeah, this rear axle is not the best. I took this out of one of my Neo cars. It's got a lot of abuse to it, so that might be part of why it seems a little not super smooth. I don't think this rear end is in the best shape, but I don't have another rear end I could use right now that's high enough. Whew. I think this car just wants to run around the track. Let's take it for some laps to find a body for it. Oh, look how dirty my dyno is. It's probably not helping things. I don't think this thing wants to run on the dyno. Yeah, it's dirty. That is a dirty dyno. Dirty dyno. I usually get some rubbing alcohol and I'll clean this wheel and the dyno from time to time. Spin it around. That's a little better. Hey, Frank. Alright, what was I saying? See if I can find a body for this car. Had to use this body from the car that this rear end came from because the tires are so tall that it was hitting all my other bodies. I'm just going to use this old Viper green machine body. How much time we got? About 10 minutes before 8. All right, we'll run a few laps, then we'll wrap it up. I mean, this car should do in the low 2 seconds, really, if I can keep it on the track. My track is dirty. It hasn't been cleaned in over a week. I haven't wiped it down. I haven't raced on it since we raced 2 weeks ago, so that's probably not going to help. Not that I'm making excuses. pretty fast. Ow. Oh my goodness, I just crashed it into the... I made both pit... Wow, I've never done that before. Woo-hoo. It hit the light bridge and made both pickup shoes come off. Alright, that's a first. Never lost two shoes in one crash. The bumper guard's still intact. I'm surprised those must have hit in such a way that it literally popped both shoes off. This car is pretty high. It might actually be a little too high. It's good for Neo, but I just looked at it on the setup block. There's quite a bit of space between the magnets and the rails, so it's probably going to be a little hard to keep on. I might have to lower it. Yeah, I can't push it. It won't stay on. Trying to think if I have something I can use. .4, that's without even pushing it. Ah. 2.42. I can't really push it, it won't stay on. It's got to be a little lower. It's definitely got plenty of speed. I'll see if I can real quick make a little adjustment. Yeah, I'll put some 340s on the front and maybe I'll use one of my modified rear ends. Might be a little low, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think I have anything. How big is this rear? Let me look at something. No, that's even lower. This is 430. This is from one of my modifieds, but that might be too low. This is at like 446, going all the way down to 430, but I'll see how it looks on the setup block. There's still some decent space there. put some, yeah, hold on, let me see how this looks. Yeah, go a little lower in the, go down to 340 in the front. All right. All right. Let's see what kind of downforce. Holy crap. 330, 350. All right, I'm gonna run a lap real quick, see what this does. A little scared here. .3 second, 2.31, so we're almost into the 2.2s. 2.25. I could probably get this down to the 2.1 second range. 2.15. Yeah, that's a good setup right there. Very fast. I don't know if you could see that. Every lap I did was getting lower and lower. 2.151. Hell, it might even be able to get down in the 2.0 second range. I don't know. These cars are fun to build and take a few laps with them, but they're a little too fast for my liking. Start getting dizzy. Some guys like the speed, though. They like the crazy speeds. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, just barely. That's a pretty good height. You can see it just is barely starting to put a little mark on the magnet. This might be a tad lower than I would like. I wish I had like maybe like 334. This is coming in at like 330. It's a little bit low for. I should put some lower profile pickup shoes on it too. Now that I took the front end down, but definitely a beast of a car. Yeah, I put 340 on the front and took the rear all the way down to 430. This is a rear axle from one of my BSRT modified class cars. But yeah, that thing's a beast. That NSX turbo arm has got plenty of power. All right, guys, 7:58. We got 2 minutes. I'm going to jump over to say hi to Scott, see what he's up to. Hopefully some of you guys will go over there and let's all go say hi to Scott. So I'll chat with you guys in a couple of minutes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Talk with everybody soon.